morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, staff, family, and friends. I'm Captain Tashawn Count, the commander of the Human Resource Division. I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the 99th Wilmington Police Academy. I have had the pleasure of overseeing the selection and training of the 99th Academy, along with a great academy staff. I would like to introduce and extend a token of appreciation for the work that they have done to make this academy a success. Lieutenant Andrea Jambier, Master Sergeant Dave Prado, Master Corporal Simeon Proctor, Master Corporal Nellie Vega, and Master Corporal Mark Satterfield. Thank you for all your hard work and your commitment to excellence. I would like to now introduce and recognize those seated on the stage before you at this time. The Mayor of the City of Wilmington, the Honorable Michael S. Brzezicki. Chief of Police of the City of Wilmington, Robert J. Tracy. Inspector Charles Emery. Inspector Cecilia Ash. Chief Deputy Attorney Alexander Mackler. Chaplain for the Wilmington Department of Police, Cheryl Austin. And it's my apology, I also would like to acknowledge City Council President, Hanifa Shabazz. At this time, I would like to thank all members of our law enforcement community in attendance. Would you please stand and be recognized? I also would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the retired Wilmington police officer in attendance. Please stand and be recognized collectively. I would like to thank all members of the Wilmington City Council in attendance for their support. Please stand and be recognized together. I also would like to recognize all members of federal, state, county, and local government not previously mentioned. Thank you all for coming to this ceremony. I now present to you the 99th Wilmington Police Academy, who will be led into the ceremony by the Wilmington Police Department, pipes and drums. remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Wilmington Department of Police Honor Guard. This will be followed by the singing of the national anthem, Stephanie Griffin.
Present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order up.
Please remain standing. Now please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now call on Wilmington Department of Police Chaplain Cheryl Alston for the invocation. I ask that you please remain standing.
'99th Academy, you made it. To God be the glory. And for your hard work and dedication be the glory. And for the support and training, may that be the glory. Let us pray. Oh God, we give you thanks for this day when we can celebrate a victory. Hard work and dedication has paid off. As today, they become officially pinned and officers of this great department. We give you thanks for their dedication and for the dedication of all law enforcement who are asked to do incredible things, unbelievable things that challenge their hearts, their bodies, their minds, and their souls. Be with them, Lord, through it all. We ask blessing upon each one here for their dedication to law enforcement. Lord, we know if this world was a peaceful place, this all wouldn't be necessary. If people did the right thing, this wouldn't be necessary. Give you thanks for those who go running in while others go running out. We give you thanks for the leadership of our department and all departments. We give you thanks for the leadership in our city, in our state, and beyond. Help us to remember to whom we belong. All this we pray in your precious name. Amen.
You may be seated. I would like to now introduce the Mayor of the City of Wilmington, the Honorable Michael S. Brzezicki for his remarks.
Thank you, Captain. Ladies and gentlemen, recruits, friends and family, men and women of the Wilmington Police Department, it's my high honor. I'm so very proud to be here to share this day with you. I would like to be sure to acknowledge and thank our County Executive Matt Meyer for being here, U.S. Attorney David Weiss to be here, Dan Logan, Assistant U.S. Attorney, and J.J. Francis from Senator Coon's office. I think it says a lot that we have people from outside the city come here to celebrate this day with us. There's a great law enforcement family that works together in our state. First, I want to commend, this is to our recruits, I'd like to commend your families, your parents who are here today. Young men and women don't become aspiring police officers with an impulse to help others because they had bad family life. There was something good in their lives, and you can all take pride in that. And for providing that positive upbringing, we are grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to become members of a police department that seeks to be counted among the very best in this nation. There was a time when I'm not sure I could have said that and believed it. However, after watching our leadership team, our chief, after getting to know our fine officers, and after seeing the great results we have, I'm committed to this notion. I am positive that's what this department is going to be before long. As a society, we respect police officers not only because the job is dangerous, and it is of course, but so is being a commercial fisherman, and so is being a logger dangerous jobs. But we respect our officers because their job is to protect us, because it is demanding, it is hard, it is stressful. In too many cases, you confront the public at its very worst. The responsibility is awesome. If you lose your temper or you lose your control, your composure at the wrong time, you can do terrible damage to your own reputation, to the reputation of the department and of the city. When you draw your firearm, there are no more small mistakes. The job is hard because everything you do from now on has real consequences. And it is in this context where respect for your work exists. The Chief will welcome all of you to his department. My job upon your swearing in is to welcome you to our Wilmington family, because it is my belief that for our city government to become great, then all of our employees have to be part of an undivided whole, all committed to excellence in everything we do, committed to making our city not just any single department, all it can be. The men and women of this department have a vital and outsized role to play in that return to prominence, because public safety is essential to Wilmington's success story. You should know that it's my conviction that crime is a symptom of deeper societal problems, and to deal with these underlying causes of crime, my administration has put into place long-term neighborhood building strategies and interventions that have been shown to work elsewhere. But in the short term, we must once again turn to you and depend on the skill, courage, and hard work of our law enforcement professionals to suppress crime until these long-term solutions show results. Arguably, being a police officer today is as difficult as it has ever been. Police all too often become pawns in political struggles. Frankly, I believe we ask too much of our police officers. When we fail to raise our children, we ask our teachers to raise them, and when that fails, we turn to our officers. So I stand in awe of the demands placed on our men and women in uniform, as much for the courage to act as for the restraint when it is called for. Each morning I read the reports from the chief about the crimes committed, the arrests made by members of WPD, the cases cleared, the threats they face. And each day, when my staff meets, as we do each day at 8:30, I tell my staff, we have great cops. They really do a great job. There are a few things I would ask you to remember. I would ask you to resist cynicism and the human temptation to judge others. People who commit crimes are not all bad people. They are often just people who have done bad things. It is too easy to fall prey to judging others while ignoring the circumstances that people come from. It's not to suggest giving criminals a free pass. It's to remind you that humility and empathy will serve you well in such an emotionally demanding profession. There's something I want you and everyone in this department to know, and that is no matter what your circumstance, you will never be alone. You will make mistakes, we all do, and you may fail, but your mistake will be our mistakes. Your mistake will be my mistake. When I say that we're all in this together, I mean it means that we share the responsibility for all of our human shortcomings. This is how we improve our department and our city. You should also know that it means when you succeed triumphantly, and I know that day will come, you don't get to celebrate all by yourself, because we're going to be there and sharing in your glory. That's part of the deal of being a family. Congratulations and welcome to this proud department and to our fine city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for those remarks, and thank you for continuing to lead our city in a positive direction. The next person that's going to come before you came to Delaware probably 2.5 years ago. When he came here, no one knew his name. However, through his innovative police style and his methodology that places emphasis on making sure that the officers engage the community in a positive manner, the police department has been transformed and crime has been reduced. So now from Newcastle County to Cape County to Sussex County, everyone knows his name now. So without further ado, I'd like to bring our chief, the chief of the Wilmington Department of Police, Robert J. Tracy.
Thank you, Captain Counts. Well, good morning, everyone. It's my distinguished honor to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the 99th Wilmington Police Academy. And I'd like to recognize Mayor Mike Mazicki and some of the words that he said. We wouldn't be here today without his leadership and our overall plan in supporting the police. So, Mayor Mike Mazicki, thank you very much for your support. Also up here with us, we couldn't do it without the Council President, Hanifa Shabazz. Without her leadership of the Council and the support that she gives to the city and the Wilmington Police Department, we wouldn't have the success without her support and the City Council's support. So thank you, Council President. And I'd like to recognize some other officials who have joined us here today. Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer, thank you, County Executive. J.J. Francis, the Mayor hit on all these things, but from Senator Coon's office, always supporting us, thank you very much. Our U.S. Attorney, David Weiss, and his Assistant U.S. Attorney, Dan Logan, and the support and the partnership that we have. We wouldn't be doing this and having the success that we're having in the city without partners like you. We have the Attorney General's office and their support and representatives that one of their representatives is going to be giving out an award today, Alex Mackler. So thank you, Alex, for the support that the Attorney General's office from the Department of Justice of Delaware gives us. As well as our law enforcement partners from Newcastle County, Delaware State Police, Newark Police, Ellesmere Police, University of Delaware Police, and their leader, Pat Ogden, who's the head of Delaware Police Chiefs Council. So Pat's here, I saw you earlier, Pat. Thanks for your leadership with the police chiefs. And State Fire Marshals and Delaware Alcohol and Tobacco Enforcement. So thank you very much for our law enforcement partners for being here. And thank you for being here for such an important occasion. And I'd like to also recognize the family, friends, and loved ones, our recruits, and being here to celebrate this achievement and this milestone for 32 members of their class. So congratulations. I'd like to thank their leadership, and as they came in, Harold Bozeman from the FOP, and your leadership that you give to our officers. So Harold, thank you very much for what you're doing with our officers as well. Today marks the culmination of quite a journey for the members of this Academy class. The 32 members of this class came together 23 weeks ago after making it through a rigorous selection process that involved testing, an interview with the chief, and extensive background checks. More than 175 men and women applied to join the ranks of our department, and 32 have rose to the top of that group of highly qualified candidates. In the weeks that followed, You have learned about criminal procedure and investigations. You have completed patrol vehicle and first aid training. You've been trained in defensive tactics, officer safety, and you've learned about the noble profession of policing. You've also been challenged physically with training on almost a daily basis for those 23 weeks. You went on runs several times a week, typically between 3 and 7 miles a day, and you've even been challenged by our mayor to do push-ups. I think it was about 30 push-ups, right? 25. They once asked me, if you were the mayor out there, how many push-ups can you do? I said, one less than the mayor. So I did 24. And you closed out this academy with a 10-mile run to qualify. You've also learned about community policing, cultural diversity, law enforcement legitimacy, and leadership. And these are perhaps the most important lessons you've learned in the academy. As I am sure you all remember well, when the mayor and I joined you at the beginning of this academy, we spoke to you at length about community. Community is at the heart of what we do as police officers in Wilmington. That is why each and every one of our 315 police officers, myself included, is a community policing officer. No specialists here, we're all community policing officers. And as we have worked from the beginning of this academy to help you become members of the community, even before you hit the streets on patrol that you're going to do next week. You spent time with the Wilmington Police Department Youth Academy. You've led a gym class for students at St. Anne's School. You have run the community 5K races benefiting various causes, including one that honored former Newcastle County Police Lieutenant Joseph Zerber. You've also participated in the law enforcement torch run for the Special Olympics in Delaware. Community is everything for us. When you put on your uniform and report for duty next week, you will be assigned to a field training officer. And you will be assigned to a district, a community, a neighborhood that you will get to know. You will attend community and neighborhood meetings, participate in block parties, and develop relationships with the residents that we serve. And those experiences will only make you better police officers and public servants. Each of you have been given a tremendous opportunity to join this distinguished ages. You've been trained in cutting-edge policing, investigative, and intelligence strategies. The same strategies that our department has embraced and which has led to the remarkable reductions in violent crime in Wilmington. We've seen the effects of these strategies, and we've also seen a great deal of interest in our academies. At the time when police departments across the country struggled to fill academies and reach their authorized strength, we had more than 175 applicants for 32 slots, meaning we were only accepting 18% for those who have applied here. I couldn't be more proud of what each one of you has done in the academy, and I'm excited about what you will bring to our agency and to our city. I'd like to take a moment to recognize those in the audience, particularly family, friends, and loved ones for our newest police officers. You have been there for our recruits from day one until today. In fact, you were there when these committed men and women first contemplated their career in law enforcement. You have undoubtedly played a significant role in the lives of these men and women, and you will certainly play a key role in supporting them as they embark upon this career, this calling, this noble profession. They will be working long days, and they will be encountering both challenges and opportunities on the job. And they will likely turn to you, as they have done in the past, as a sounding board, as a source of advice, and above all, as a friend and a loved one. Thank you for your role you have played in helping them to get to this point and the future role you'll be playing to make sure that these officers do the best job they can and they have someone to lead on. So thank you to the families, friends, and loved ones. I'd also like to recognize the staff of this academy, from developing the curriculum to organizing instructors, running alongside each one of these recruits on those long morning runs, helping you through injuries, working with you to perfect everything from radio codes to firearm training, and helping to make sure that you never lost focus throughout this rigorous process. Few jobs involve a 23-week training process, and I know just how hard this team has worked to get you where you are today. Thank you, Captain Sean Campbell, Lieutenant Andy John, Sergeant David Pratt, Corporal Simeon Crocker, and the staff of the Human Resources Division, and everyone who played a role in making this academy a success. Thanks again. So today we welcome 32 men and women to the Wilmington Police Department family. You will join the ranks of our department, and as I'm sure you have already seen, you'll be working alongside some of the most dedicated, passionate, competent enforcement professionals in our state and in our region. One of my greatest honors as the chief of this agency is to work with you to help keep this city safe, and I'm honored to welcome you to our family. Today's graduation marks the end of your academy, and it's only the beginning of your career in this noble profession. A lot is expected of you, and I know you won't let us down. To the members of the 99th Wilmington Police Academy class, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you, Chief, for those remarks. I will now call on the class spokesperson for the 99th Wilmington Police Academy, recruit Michael Clark. Please come to the stage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mayor Brzezicki, Chief Tracy, inspectors, command staff, academy staff, distinguished guests, families, and close friends. My name is Michael Klein, and I'm here today representing the 99th Wilmington Police Academy. Admittedly, I was a little nervous writing this speech for graduations. Two reasons. One, the last time I spoke at a podium in front of the command staff, I was the only one who attempted to introduce himself without actually saying my name, which shows you how great I am at this kind of thing. And two, because of how difficult it is to put into words the collective greatness of the men and women that stand before you today. From New York to South Carolina and every state in between, these men and women from every background and upbringing you could imagine came together every single day for 6 months to be here on this stage together, today as a class, as a team, and as a family. I reflect back to that first day, bankers, Marines, constables, personal trainers, college students, athletes, soldiers, and managers all stood in a disheveled line outside the Deltec loading docks, awaiting our fate in the frigid morning on March 4th. We didn't know each other and the academy staff or what to expect for the next 24 hours, let alone the next 6 months. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a tough first day, and it never got easier. Every achievement and landmark met, we were reminded that we had a long way to go to be where we are today. On behalf of the entire class, I want to thank Master Sergeant Prado, Master Corporal Crocker, Lieutenant Jambier, Captain Counts, the entire academy staff for making sure that we never gave up on ourselves in that journey. To the 99th Academy, I'm honored to have held the position of class president for a group of men and women like you. On paper, we shouldn't have bonded the way we did, all coming from varying economic statuses, backgrounds, social structures, and age groups. But because we shared these trying times together, we have trust in our brothers and sisters to be there for us when we need them the most. Reflect back to the times in this academy when you were at your lowest, and remember the family you had that stood blindly by your side to give you a shoulder to lean on. Thank you for allowing me to experience the growth as a leader and as a friend to all of you. If you are standing here today with your hearts filled with pride, it's because you've earned it. It's because you've earned that feeling. Now is the day to celebrate the completion of the Wilmington Police Academy, but let's continue the pattern of growth that we've developed, leaning on each other and pushing each other to strive for greatness that all of us have in us. I'd like to finish by asking everyone to always remember the reason they chose this career field. Follow your faith, your moral compass, and your ambitions for success as you all continue your careers here in the great city of Wilmington. Thank you.
Presentation of awards. The Leonard Kittner Award. The Leonard Kittner Award will be presented as the Dean Leonard Kittner Award, more commonly known as the Kittner Award. This award is named in honor of Leonard Kittner, who was the Dean of Students at Brandywine College. During the early mid-1970s, numerous Wilmington Police Academies were held at the college. This award was established to recognize professional excellence, not from a member of the current Wilmington Police Academy class, but from the previous class. In other words, the Dean Leonard Kittner Award is Wilmington's Department of Police version of the Rookie of the Year. This award recognized the officer from the 98th Wilmington Police Academy for their outstanding achievement and accomplishment. Candidates for this award are submitted through a recommendation of their supervisor. The selection of the recipients of this award has always been a difficult task for the leadership of our department, as there are so many great candidates from which to choose. I will now call on Chief Robert J. Tracy to present the award to this year's recipient, Officer Eric Thomas.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Mayor Michael Krasicki, Chief Robert Tracy, dignitaries, and everyone here in attendance today. I wanted to start off by saying what an honor it is to be here accepting the Leonard Kittner Award. This award is important to me because it represents the countless hours I've spent working hard and the sacrifices that have been made. About a year ago, I said exactly where the recruits of the 99th Academy are. Looking back on it, I can honestly say how lucky I am to have received such great training to prepare me for this job. Everyone involved in the Academy wants each and every recruit to succeed, and it shows. I also realized how great my classmates were for always reaching out and helping each other, as well as pushing each other to be better and to never give up. It was in the Academy where I met lifelong friends. You really learn a lot about yourself in the Academy, and you see everybody at their worst, and overcoming that makes you stronger. This job teaches you a lot about people, and it really opens your eyes to what the world can be like from a different perspective. I've had many positive moments and negative ones too, but I try to take each of those moments and learn from them. There are plenty of times where you'll be challenged by the people or the situations that you encounter, but it is how you carry yourself in those moments that will be how people remember you. This is a great job, and it will reward you if you let it. This is a great job, and it will reward you if you let it. In my short time since joining the Wilmington Police Department, I've encountered several situations that have challenged me both physically and mentally. Training your body and mind is important for the daily demands of this job. You're going to meet people who do not appreciate what you do, as well as the ones who are thankful for what you do. Whoever you deal with, it's important to remember to treat them with dignity and respect. You can never go wrong with being polite, courteous, and professional with people. It's important to understand that most people call the police on their worst days of their lives and may be in a world of emotions when you meet them. Recruits, this is just the beginning. You've been working hard for 6 months, but don't let that be it. Continue to give 100%. Work hard and you will succeed in your career. Never become complacent and always take advice when it is offered to you. Remember that the citizens of Wilmington need you and our community expects the best of you when you arrive to a call for service. Be proud of what you do. Serve your community with integrity. Remember that you have the ability to affect people's lives. Your actions, behavior, and quality of work will define you as an officer and more importantly as a person. You can individually determine somebody's outlook on a police officer when you come in contact with them. So take the extra minute and ensure that it is a positive interaction. I would like to thank my family and friends for the endless support that they provide me. This job can be stressful at times, and having a great support system makes a major difference. I would finally like to thank Chief of Police Robert Tracy, the command staff, Lieutenant Bozeman, Sergeant Messner, Sergeant Evans, and Sergeant Rosario, as well as my FTOs, Corporal Murphy, Corporal Vasquez, and Corporal Demiza. All three of those officers taught me different things, all of which helped me mold myself into the police officer that I am today. I cannot thank them enough for their efforts in training me and leading me on a successful path. I would also like to thank the rest of A Platoon. Everyone comes together and does tremendous work, no matter what the situation may be. I know that everyone will always have each other's backs. In closing, I'm very grateful for the Wilmington Department of Police for giving me an opportunity to become a police officer, and I'm excited to continue and grow my career with this great department. I look forward every day to progressing as a police officer. Thank you again, and congratulations to the 99th Police Academy class.
Next award will be the Chief Trophy. This award is presented to the 99th Police Academy recruit who best represents the core values of the Wilmington Police Academy: leadership, integrity, dedication, and commitment to service. I will now ask Chief Robert Tracy to come forward and present this award to this Academy's recipient, recruit Michael Klum. Attorney General's Award. This award is presented to the recruit achieving the highest academic average in criminal procedure courses. I will now ask Chief Deputy Attorney General Alexander Mackler to come forward and present this award.
Thank you, Captain. I'm here representing Attorney General Kathy Jennings, who's out of town this week. Together, she and I manage the office of more than 100 prosecutors who I urge the graduates today to view us as hopefully the officers here and retired officers that Representative Mitchell see in the crowd, how you view our prosecutors, which is, as the mayor said, partners. You may make mistakes, our prosecutors will make mistakes. The way we get past that is by viewing each other as partners, as team members, sometimes, hopefully, as family. The Attorney General asked me to come with two brief messages. First, congratulations to the graduates and your families. And secondly, just to say thank you. Thank you first and foremost to the families. And secondly, thank you to the graduates for signing up for, as the chaplain said, running towards the danger when everyone else is running away. For volunteering, and I emphasize that word, volunteering, for that noblest calling, making our community safer, making this city safer. And finally, for your judgment. Your judgment to, for example, know when it is best to make an arrest and when it is best for that individual and the community to find an alternative way to get that help. So it's an honor to be here to represent the AG and to present an award that is about judgment, the Attorney General's Award. So before I'll ask the Cabinet Council to come up so I can run this press. Thanks.
This year's recipient is recruit Colin Osler. This time I'm asked retired Wilmington Police Captain Anthony Vespoli to come to the podium. This award is presented to the 99th Police Academy recruit who has been selected by his or her peers as a recruit who can be depended on for guidance, reliability, regardless of the circumstance or situation. At this time, I ask recruit.
Good morning, everyone. I'm retired Captain Tony Vespoli, representing the Wilmington Association of Retired Police. But you can call me Tony. The new officers, you can call me Captain, Sir, Your Highness, Master. But seriously, good morning to everyone on the stage, too. Mr. Mayor, President, Chief, Inspector, Deputy AG, Chaplain, and Lieutenant. And I thought I wasn't going to remember all their names, too. But good morning to the family and your friends of the new officers, and especially good morning to the new officers. Remember that this day is your day. I can't stress that enough. This is your day, okay? Because come Sunday night, your days will never be the same. I was invited here today to present the Lou Kingus Meritorious Award. Oh, wait. You guys have been looking to the right for like 50 minutes now. So why don't you get and roll your necks, look to the left real slow. Okay, that's enough. I miss this, I really do. But for moms and dads out there, you have Channel 6 is here, and they're going to air this between 4 and 6:30. And we also have Channel 22, WITN, and they're going to have it on the website for a couple weeks now. Okay. So now it's my pleasure to give out this award. FBI Special Agent Lou Kingus was a living legend. For over 30 years, he taught law enforcement officers from every level in the art of self-defense. There was a period of time when he taught most of the police officers in Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and all of Delaware. But Lou was more than an instructor to us. Besides playing professional baseball with Babe Ruth and playing professional football with the Philadelphia Eagles, he was a professional law enforcement officer, a professional friend, and a professional father. He was a guy you wanted to be with in any stressful situations. He would not let you get hurt, and he would control the situation almost instantly. He had such an impact with the police he met, we would never forget him or his values. He was a great man, and in the true words of Lou Kingus to the recruits, you have to go home to your family. What a unique award this is, because this recipient was actually voted on by his or her peers. In other words, the other recruits voted for this recipient. No staff, no academy staff, or any police officers were involved in the selection. So it's a great honor for this recipient. You get the vote from the people you have lived with for the last 6 months, and you should be pretty excited and rewarded. This recruit exemplifies the dedication and spirit of a law enforcement officer. It is someone who others depend on for guidance and is reliable regardless of the situation. Sounds like Lou Geekus himself, and I am sure Lou would approve. According to the Academy staff, he or she displayed leadership